Hello, welcome to Logan Reed Media. I'm here with Silverstein. Can I just have you complete the completely cliche and overused, have you introduce yourselves and what you guys do?
My name is Paul-Marc Rousseau and I do guitar.
My name is Josh Bradford and I also do guitar.
So, again, continuing on cliches, how's your tour going so far?
This tour has been incredible. It's the last day of the 10th anniversary of the Discovering the Waterfront record. Doing the tour for it. Been lovely. It's lovely.
Alright, so as you said with this being Discovering the Waterfront, how is this being an anniversary tour? How is this different from any of your other tours?
Well, I mean, for starters, we're doing one record front to back. That's not something we typically do. It presents a whole new series of challenges. A record isn't necessarily meant to be performed. Tunings are different. You've got to find ways to make the set flow. So it's definitely, on our end, more challenging. But it's also so special and nostalgic for everyone involved. So we very much like that.
Perfect lead up to my next question. With this being the anniversary tour of Discovering the Waterfront, and having experienced the show already in London, I got to see the emotion and the nostalgia you speak of impacted upon myself, it impacted upon the fans, and even the other bands. So I guess this question goes more towards you. Looking back, how does it feel to realize you made this huge of an impact on so many people on just this album alone?
It really is pretty incredible. I think it almost takes an event like this tour to fully grasp that, because it's just been little steps all along the way. We've been very wrapped up in what we're doing, and it's hard to know the depth of just how far it's reached. But you do this tour celebrating it, and you have people coming out telling you wonderful stories about their relation to the record and how it played into their childhoods or their adolescence. And it's pretty incredible feeling to touch so many hands.
Alright, so outside of the playing the record front to back, I know you're doing like an all-star set list. How do you pick the rest of your set list?
It's a tricky one because there's so many songs in the back catalog. There's definitely a lot of arguing, I would say, at first, and then we basically narrow it down to, a playable 15 or so, and every night we decide, there's like maybe 6 or 7 that we definitely are going to play every time, and then a couple that we swap in and out. And
so it changes each night?
It did not each night, I would say, but just whenever we feel like it. we assess the vibe of the show and we go from there. If a lot of people have been asking for a particular song that we are lucky enough in that day to know how to play, you just can't possibly keep 100 plus songs show ready. It's just too much. You could never do it.
Yeah. So, anyone playing an instrument knows that.
Yeah, it's a tough thing to do. And plus our lighting guy, he's got to know the cues. There's a lot that goes into a show like this that isn't just based on us knowing the music, but there's production that needs to be involved, and you got to basically stick with something.
Yeah, that's at the same time that's very unique because it seems, I don't know if it's a trend, but it seems every band these days has just this is our set list, we're playing this full tour no matter what. All right, continuing off of the set.
Because they're faking it. Backing tracks, baby.
It happens, I've seen it, yeah. So, out of the songs you're playing tonight, or actually, let's go out of the songs off of Discovering the Waterfront. Which is your favorite song to play live for both of you?
I'm liking Already Dead these days. Already Dead, I'm going with that.
That's a very nice pick. I enjoy playing it with you. It's got some harmonized parts that kind of riff off each other, so that's fun. I would also like to say I like 3 Hours Back. It's a bit of a weirdo, oddball at the end of the record, and we haven't played it in many moons, and it's fun to bring it back. Little gang vocals in there, that's fun. It's nice.
Yeah, it's all very fun. So when I was attending the show before, to be like, oh yeah, I remember this song, and then it completely hits you, and it's like I know every single word. All right, so my first concert experience actually back in 2009 was a Silverstein show with A Day to Remember. What was your guys' first concerts ever?
Was that show you're talking about at the Sound Academy?
Yes, with 10 Second Epic and Committing a Sin.
Which is my one.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, there you go. The first concert I ever went to was the first thing I would say that qualifies as a concert, even though I've never been to a stadium show or anything bigger than a couple thousand people. Well, under 5,000, we'll say. I think I saw Alexis on Fire and Moneen at the Cool House some year, probably like 2004 or 5, somewhere there. And Monine Forever was my favorite band after that. Love that band.
And I was very lucky to catch the final show when it was those two bands at like just Hamilton a couple years back.
Yeah.
Here's hoping for the rumored reunion. That is, I'm hoping that's really true. How about you?
You never ever know. I also started seeing like kind of local bands playing
Mhm.
smaller punk shows. I think before I ever went to a real big production concert. But the first big production concert I went to, I think, was a Foo Fighters show. They played at the Cool House on the Color and the Shape records. So that was their second record. So that was a while ago.
That's extremely cool, considering especially how huge they are now, and
Yeah.
I guess arguably Dave Grohl's rock god status now.
Yeah.
So you have a new album coming out in May, I believe. You've been around for so long. There's been so much evolution to this band, and like I know you brought like your new stuff on the last album. What can we expect to hear on this new album?
Tough to say. And you've got two hands, most people, and if you look in one of your hands, that's stay the same. And you look in your other hand, that's a dash of something new. And what do you do when you like a song? You clap, and that's how the record was made.
It's the perfect marriage of new and old coming together, I suppose.
So parts are being recorded, and everyone else is just like behind the board, just clapping.
Lots of clapping. Lots and lots of clapping.
We're very supportive in the studio. Actually, wait, no, that's not true. We're the opposite of that. We're hypercritical and no fun at all.
But it does turn out to make a nice record, I suppose.
Yeah.
The vibe of recording it can get a little
Dicey.
stressful at times. But you know, it's just because we're trying to make something beautiful.
Alright, so I'm gonna put a bunch of the guys against each other. Unfortunately, they're not here to defend themselves.
Thanks.
We can speak for them.
Yes.
No problem.
So I'm gonna ask, who has the best and worst taste in music? Like, I know obviously everyone's gonna say I have the best taste in music, but outside of yourselves, who would you say has the best or worst taste in music?
I don't even think I have the best taste in music. I might have the... Does it have to be someone in the band? Because I feel like Bobby, our guitar tech, has the worst taste in music.
What does Bobby listen to?
Only like trap hip hop. It's actually, I kind of like it now. So maybe I have the worst taste in music. I don't know, it's hard to say. I get along with Paul a lot with a lot of different weird stuff he likes, but also Bill. I feel like Paul and Bill are like my guys. Sorry, Josh.
No, it's okay. I think Paul and Bill are both simultaneously the best and worst.
Yeah.
Because they have introduced me to some things that I probably never would have found without them, that I absolutely adore. But they also listen to a whole bunch of things that I have never heard of and don't want to. Maybe I want to, though. Maybe I'm just not ready for it.
You don't like all those songs about Panera Bread?
I don't know how I feel. Don't know how I feel about that. I listen to it and it makes me sleepy, which is maybe nice when you're going to bed, but when you put it on in rush hour, I'm just like napping on the steering wheel, almost crashing. It's not nice. Not nice.
All right.
I get that completely. Like, one time I was driving from like Barrie all the way to Hamilton. My buddy decides to put on like live City in Color, and it's just like, it's awesome. But while I'm driving, to hear 15 songs in a row of just soft guitars, it's like, this is nice.
But yeah.
All right. Who would have the best and worst hygiene?
I think Shane is the least hygienic person I maybe have ever met. I think he showered once on this entire tour by his own admission. No, Shane showers the least, if that is any indication. I don't know, like, technically speaking, who's the most or least hygienic.
It's very difficult. I sweat an awful lot, but I do go to great lengths to try and manage it.
Baby wipes.
Baby wipes.
We haven't had to deal with that for a while.
You weren't kidding.
In my drawer.
You weren't kidding.
Not a joke. That's how a man showers. A baby man.
Wiping.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah. And no, that's all I have. And just, is there anything you would like to say to your fans, or anything you'd like to promote?
I am alive in everything I touch. Out May 19th.
Shane could probably beat me at basketball, but I think I could beat him at hockey. Football, he'd probably win. What's another sport? Golf, up in the air, but I think we're going to play a game in Hawaii. And any other sports? Foosball, usually a toss-up. Darts, toss-up. Billiards, toss-up.
What about cricket?
We've never played cricket. We're trying really hard to understand it. We're going to be in Australia soon. That's announced, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Is that?
We're going to be in Australia soon, and we're going to watch cricket on TV because that's all they got. So we'll understand by the time we get back.
I completely understand that problem with the World Cup of cricket on TV. It's the only thing to watch on TSN. Anyways, thank you for watching.